down a country lane, as it dips down into the mist, just about twilight. As we come out of the mist, down to the left we see this beautiful little town with the last rays of light glinting off the rooftops. The lights are coming on one at a time. This is a very special town. Special because this town has its own healer. She lives in a little cottage that's out in the woods. You go out a lane into the woods over a bridge, and there in a sunlit meadow is her cottage. Now, this healer has a goose, a fine, grand white goose with gray dapples, an orange beak and bright eyes. This goose lays golden eggs. And once a month, the goose gives the healer 3 golden eggs. The first one, she takes it into the town, into the bank, to pay her bills. The second one, she gives to charity or to a family in great need. But the third egg she gives to whomever she pleases. And this makes the people in the village very happy. But times are getting hard in this little town, this little village. Money's getting tight, and attitudes towards the healer maybe are changing. One young man went to see the healer, and he was just bursting with concern and joy and all the feelings a young married man can have. Oh, he said, I just want to make my wife happy. I try to do everything she wants me to do, but sometimes I don't give her what she wants, and she seems so unhappy and so displeased. Well, said the healer, that's going to be a part of life, and you're going to have to learn what your limits are, what you can do and what you can't do. And if you can't do something, you need to say no. I can't do that, said the young man. I just love her so much. I just want to do everything to make her happy, give her everything she wants. Well, you're going to have a very hard task then. Let me go out to my drying shed and gather some ingredients for tea, maybe just to help you calm down a little bit. I'll be back in just a minute. And so the healer went out to her drying shed, and the young man, tea? I don't know what tea's going to do to help me. Oh, I just so much want her to be happy. If I just knew that I could always give her what she wanted, if I just had. And then he saw the goose. If I had the goose that laid the golden eggs, then I would always be able to give my wife everything that she wants. And so he took the goose, and he went back across the bridge, up the lane into the town. As soon as he got across the threshold, the goose transformed. And the young man, oh, you're a crow. Not a crow, I'm a rook. I'm a special kind of crow. And if you choose to be the mule who pulls your young wife's cart, then I can help you with that. I'll give you a pair of ears. Only you will see them. Only you will feel them. Only you can make them shrink by learning to set limits and say no. Oh! And so the young man got his ears. I'm happy to say that as each day goes by, he's getting better at setting limits and saying no, and those ears are getting smaller. The second person to come see the healer was a wealthy woman. She had been a great beauty in her time, but that time was passing, and she wanted more than anything to hold on to her youth. Oh, she said, I need creams, and I need ingredients and herbs to help me remain fresh and youthful looking. That's what I need, healer. The healer said, I can make creams for you to smooth the wrinkles. I can show you how to mix ingredients to color your hair. But as we get older, time takes its toll. And the true beauty that we have is what's inside. You might want to think about what you can work on, what's inside of you that will shine through as time passes. Sit here and just think about that. I'm going to go get some cucumber and mint from my garden to make a cream for you. I'll be right back. And so the healer went out to her garden, and the wealthy one, well, that's not the answer I wanted. That's not what I need. I need a guarantee. That's what I want. I want a way to know that I will always stay young looking. And what I need is that goose. If I had the goose that laid the golden eggs, I would be able to open my own spa, and people would come from miles around to rejuvenate and renew their beauty. That's what I need. And she took the goose and went back across the bridge up into the town. As soon as she got in her home, the goose transformed into the rook and flew up to her wardrobe. So, you don't want to work on what's within? Maybe you should see what's within. Look there. And on her dressing table appeared a hand mirror. She picked up the hand mirror and, what she saw was one side of her face was sagging, and there were lines and wrinkles and age spots and warts. Oh, how dare you, she said, and she cast the mirror from her. It smashed. Oh, said the rook, that was a mistake. And sure enough, what had been in the hand mirror now appeared on her face. And her shrieks and screams could be heard across the town. And to this day, a line of so-called healers can be seen going up to her house. They all have one thing in common, and that's the gleam of greed in their eyes. The third person to come and see the healer was another young man. He was at the end of his rope. I can't stay in this town. I'm never going to be anything as long as I live in my older brother's shadow. He's the town athlete. He sings, he's handsome and charming, and I have to leave. I have to go out into the world and just make my own way somehow. This isn't going to work for me anymore. I won't live like this anymore. Well, the healer said, if you knew who you are and knew what your path is and were going out to seek that, that would be one thing. But what you're doing is just running away, and that's not going to solve anything. I see something in you. I've been actually waiting for you to come see me. You have a clearness of spirit and a goodness of heart. Have you thought about being a healer? Well, thank you for the idea, but I'm not sure that's going to work for me. I think I just have to leave. I have to go. Well, I want you to just breathe for a minute. You know, I have some blackberries that have just ripened. I'm going to go out to the garden and pick them. And we'll eat some blackberries and we'll talk some more. I'll be back in just a few minutes. And she went to pick the berries, and the young man, oh, it's no use. I have to go, but I don't know how. I don't have any money to travel or to set myself up, and I need that. And then he saw the goose. If I had the goose, if I only had 3 eggs, I wouldn't keep the goose. I only need 3 eggs just to move out and get myself established somewhere. And so he took the goose, and he did not make it even as far as the bridge when the goose became the rook. and flew up into the branch of a tree. So, you think you know what you should do. You think you know who you are. I say you haven't a clue, but I can help you with that. I can teach you. If you will listen to me, if you will learn from me, I can help you understand who you are and what your path is. Thank you, said the young man, but you're a bird. I am not just any bird, young man. How many birds can talk to you like this? I am a teacher, and you should listen. There's lots I have to tell you. Someone like you, I've been looking for you, and I've been expecting you. I appreciate the offer, obviously, but I just don't think... And he felt a hand on his shoulder. It was the healer. And she said, the rook told me you were coming. The rook also told me that it's my time to leave. I can't be here forever. There are other things I must do, and there needs to be a healer here for the town. This is your choice. This is your decision. Only you can decide by listening to your heart. So I leave you to listen to the rook and make your choice. And she went to the cottage, put on her shawl, picked up a staff and a small satchel of belongings, and she left. The young man, astounded by what had just happened, slumped down with his back against a tree, looking up at the rook, who danced and chatted with himself. And as the last rays of light faded, the young man got up from the tree, went to the cottage door, opened it, looked at the rook, who flew into the cottage door, and the young man followed behind, closing the door. He had made his decision, and he was home. Thank you.